welcome back to my channel, Olivia's Grad School Vlogs, where I like to share my experience as a media effects graduate student here at Penn State. I just finished my first week of the second year of my PhD program here in the College of Communications, and as is tradition, I like to talk to you about how my first week went and what I think this upcoming semester is going to be like. I'm going to briefly talk about the COVID implementations that Penn State has, what my assistantship is like, the classes I'm taking, and then comprehensive exams. Also, if you're new to my channel, then welcome. My name's Olivia. This is actually my fourth year as a grad student here at Penn State in media effects. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. Alrighty, so COVID restrictions. Penn State is not requiring students or faculty to get vaccinated, but many of us are. If you are unvaccinated, you have to get weekly COVID testing. And then regardless of vaccination status, you have to wear a mask when you're inside or on the bus. Last fall, the classrooms were social distance in a way where they literally taped off desks. I have not found that to be the case this year. However, in the classes that I'm teaching and taking, the classroom is like twice the size it needs to be, so there's 2 to 3 times as many chairs as there are actual students in the classroom. Which leads me into my assistantship. I am co-teaching an Intro to Media Effects class with my friend Olivia. If you follow me on Instagram or you've seen my vlogs on here, then you'll know who she is. But yeah, she's in her last year of the PhD program. She's just working out on her dissertation and applying to jobs. And so sometimes what they like to do is have a more advanced student who has taught the class before, which Olivia has, and then someone like me who has TA'd for the class before, co-teach it together. So we have 153 students, and again, we're in a lecture hall that probably seats twice that, so students can spread out if they want, and we're taking turns teaching our students about media effects. What's really fun is that, so it's a 3-day-a-week course, 45 lessons. That's a lot to plan for, but what's been great is we've gotten to get creative, do things in our own areas. So we have an entire, there's probably like a third of the course that's just on like social media stuff. There's a solid week on it, and then I do a body image and Instagram day. We're looking at music and the effects of music on things like mental health. Also looking at dating, online dating, media and crime. So we have a lot of fun topics that I am very excited to get to, and our students so far are super engaged, constantly raising their hands, answering the questions we give them. So I think it's going to be a good semester. In terms of classes that I'm taking 2 on campus, and then I'm doing an independent study. So one of them on campus is called Computer Mediated Communication. That simply means instead of talking face to face with someone, there is some digital device in between you two, right? So maybe I'm texting it to someone, or I'm on the phone with someone, or I'm Zooming with someone, right? So it goes through technology and comes out the other side to the other person. The class is with a professor that I have had before, and he's actually on my committee, and he's on my committee for the area CMC, which is Computer Mediated Communication. So I'm excited to take this class, get to know this area more, so that way he fully knows like what is my knowledge of CMC. It does have quite a few assignments, which it's like a normal amount of assignments, but for some reason my brain, since it's my last semester taking classes, I thought that like I was auditing it basically, even though I knew I wasn't. I'm taking it for credit. But I was just very like overwhelmed and like, oh yeah, this is what being a student is like. On day 1, when it was like, oh yeah, remember you have to lead a discussion one day and write a 5-page paper on that, submit discussion questions 5 out of the 14 weeks, come up with 4 studies, one of them of which you will actually turn into a full-blown 15-page proposal. So again, it's a normal amount of work for a grad seminar, but it just caught me off guard because my focus is on my comprehensive exams this semester. Anyway, I think that class will be good. Next class I'm taking is a methods class. It's called multi-level modeling. So this is statistics for when you do repeated measures design. So instead of just having you take a survey once, maybe I send you a survey every Friday for a month, and then I can see the changes over time. Multi-level modeling has the assumptions that these variables are correlated in some way. So it's a good way to look at within subjects. So how is this particular person changing over this course in time? But then also between subjects. So how is person A different than person B. That's all the explanation I'm going to go to for the purpose of this, but there are other reasons you can use multi-level modeling as well. My purpose for taking this class is to see if I would like to do a repeated measures design for my dissertation, but at the end of the day, even if I never use this, at least I'll understand it. So if I have to review papers for conferences or journals, I'll be able to understand the stats and like the logic of using multi-level modeling. In this class, we have a final project, but it is split into 4 stages, and we get feedback after every stage. So it's more like just kind of slowly completing this project throughout the semester as we learn more. Lastly, I'm doing an independent study focused on public relations. So how we have this set up is I have access to a public relations textbook. I'm going to read through it, write an academic book article, or academic book review, on it that I can hopefully submit to like a pedagogy journal. I then am going to create a syllabus as if I was teaching a PR course using this textbook, and then create a slide deck, so like a PowerPoint presentation of one of the lectures. I am not familiar with the area of public relations, so the purpose of this independent study is to get me familiar with it in case Penn State asks me to teach a PR related course, or if someday I am hired by a department that does have PR classes and they need someone to fill in and teach those intro courses. Of course, I'm not going to be an expert in public relations after doing this. I don't have any industry experience, but it's a start, and it's enough for me to either tailor classes like research methods in advertising and public relations. Yeah, it's social science research methods, but now I'll actually be able to tailor it more to the PR people instead of being basic psychology and media effects. Next, my comprehensive exams. I am taking those this semester. This is a huge milestone in a PhD program. Basically, at my school, the way it is set up is I have a week where each member on my committee, I have 4 members, asks me a question, and I have to answer it in a 10 to 15 page paper. So on Monday morning, I will be sent all of those questions, and then I will have to write those papers and have it all submitted by the next Monday morning. I'll probably have to make another video or 2 about the comps process. Every school does it differently. One of my professors I was talking to said that they would like lock you in a room and give you 4 hours to like write your paper, and you cannot use references. Whereas for us, like, we can be at home, I can go to the library, wherever, and I can use references. So every school does it differently. So I've met with a couple of my professors to get a gauge of, what kind of question will you be asking me? How should I be preparing for this? So I am starting that journey of also adding into my week, making sure I am studying for comps, which means reading articles, basically doing an annotated bibliography of it, so writing a summary of the article, create an outline, answering the questions that they're going to give me. In my department, again, we are given basically most of what the question will be. Day of, it might be something slightly different, but it won't be wildly different. So I do have something to go off of with my studying. I'm planning on taking mine the week of Thanksgiving. Usually people do not take classes the semester they take comps, so they can take it closer to like mid-October, but I do have to take classes. I'm shortening my PhD program, so that's why it's different for me. So I'm going to finish up my coursework this term and also take my comps, and so yeah, I'm doing them at the end of November because I don't get to devote all my time each day to comp studying like you typically get to do. And I need a week where I don't have class, so I'm not missing anything. Overall, the first week was good. I do have to go to campus 5 days a week, which is a huge change considering I've been to campus a handful of times in the past 1.5 years. It's a big change being around thousands of people again, and taking the bus and being like sardines crammed onto a bus, touching several people as you're all standing, trying to make it home. Because yeah, this summer was the first time I went like grocery shopping like in a store. So yeah, actually going to campus has been a huge change. We'll see what happens with COVID. I don't know. Everyone's wearing their masks pretty much like they're supposed to. At least faculty and grad students are. I think it'll be a busy semester, but once I get through it, it should be pretty smooth sailing from here on out. I won't have to take any more classes. Once you pass your comps, your ABD, which is all but dissertation, So that'll be a nice milestone to hit. So that's what my first week was like. If you guys are students, I hope that your first week went well too. In the comments below, let me know what's something you like to do to reward yourself after a week of work. I came home and watched a Harry Potter movie on Friday, and that was very rewarding. I think I'm gonna go watch another one right now too. Just relax and prep for this next week. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time.